Hey guys, Ryan here, coming back at you with another Armory update. This is multiple armories this time. My brother went 10-0 on his favorite hero, Kayo. I don't know if you can see it. Let's double check. I think he didn't even name the list Super KO. It's hilarious, but he's really excited. He did really well. We play tested really hard with this list in preparation for the Battle Hardened for Sonoma. Um, and this list performed really well. It's just doing really big numbers, and it has the ability to play tempo if it needs to. It can block if it needs to, and send decent numbers back. He was able to close out multiple games with multiple blood rushes in one turn, which that you have to be a seasoned KO or at least seasoned brute player in my opinion to do. Because I've tried just picking up brutes and playing, and I couldn't set up a double blood rush turn. There's a lot of variance, like especially with blood rush, because if you pick the wrong card or if you hit the blood rush off the blood rush, it's a dead blood rush, and yeah, it just he did really well to be able to set up and execute multiple blood rushes across multiple games. Um, he did do I believe it was the reckless stampede for game where he'd won the clash and killed someone at one. So that's super strong. Always, you know, just like any other class right now, almost you can't go down to one against them. Um, but yeah, this deck I guess is more aimed and geared into racing. It likes to be able to swing a lot of damage and like multiple breakpoints, but can, as I said, play tempo if need be. Um, let's go ahead and get into the gear. He was playing Apex Bonebreakers, Mandible Claw, Savage Sash, Scabskin Leathers, and Scowling Flesh Bag, which I think is just your normal KO gear. You're not using. He wasn't using the new Tyrannosaurus Rex gauntlets or whatever from the new set. He preferred the Might generation off the Apex Bonebreakers. Um, Not sure which one is better. I don't know if there is a better slot. Maybe you can tell me down below in the comments. But he did pretty well with Bone Breakers still, so Bone Breakers have to be still a decent slot over the Rexes if they're I mean honestly anything that's blocking and giving you mites is good, right? You're generating more damage through blocking. But the list is running 3 red Bear Fangs, 3 red Buck Wilds, which is a new card. Buck Wild states if there's a card with 6 or more in your pitch zone, this gets go again. It's a 7 block 2. Which Buck Wild is, or which Buck Wild does pair really well in the KO's ability, with making everything +1 while they're in any zone other than the combat chain. So a lot of the blues or yellows that are hitting the pitch zone will be 6s. CNCs, flex speed is something new as well. If it has 6 or more attack, it gets go again. So any might generation puts this online with go again. Pulping, something a lot of people are starting to turn away from, which I imagine with down the line, if Brute becomes more meta, pulping will be a play that's played around because it's already has play around cards, like it has tech ability. But he's still for now using it. I think with the go again package, being able, like, you can still end on a pulping, especially if you think they're gonna snuff you. Show of Strength is one of the new 2 for 8s. It's super strong. It's almost like a swing big. It's again, it's 2 cost, 8 attack, 3 block. It gets -1 for each 6 attack defending it. So I mean, that's not that important in a lot of matchups. Like, Guardian isn't really meta. You won't run into too many things that can put a 6 in front of this. I mean, maybe Dio on the off chance that she puts like a max V in front of it, but there's very few times it's going to be lowered a lot, right? CNC, I think. I mean, I guess if they want to waste a CNC to lower it by one, sure. But still, it's very good. It's a 2 for 8, always going to be strong. One of the newer cards I think is good because it presents a question. It presents anytime a deck is able to present a question while it's playing its game plan is going to be inherently stronger. And that strongest survive. It works into their game plan really well. It states when this hits a hero, they discard a card unless they reveal a card from their hand with attack greater than the damage dealt this way. So especially on their Blood Rush turns, like there's sometimes you're just not going to be able to present the damage that was presented, or even if you block out, you're still not going to be able to present a card with the amount of attack. So it's a very disruptive card, and especially in this style of play. Swing big at 3. It's another 2 for 8. Gotta have it. Wild Ride at 3 red. Wild Ride is one of their starters. Again, if a card with 6 or more is discarded, when it attacks, it gets go again. Very strong this card deck, especially coupled with things like Sea Legs and Beast Within, because Sea Legs will give you a Gold Kiss Rum, and Beast Within allows you to draw essentially. So hitting it off the top is just amazing because you continue to draw. Agile Windup. That's the card we were talking about. Agile Windup is the instant discard this, create an agility token, which is good because it puts you online for your next turn and gives you go again on your claw when you're playing that turn. So it gives you multiple uses for one card. Is always great. Sin packing is something I don't see a lot of brutes playing, but I think anything with that's presenting a question again is super important to be adding into your deck. Making a player make good choices is what will ultimately determine a lot of your game states. And sin packing is arsenal hate, and so yeah, it's just very good to make game states make your opponent present questions in the game state. Agile Windup Blue, again, he's using the agility package, so he's using as the full blue and yellows. I won't say reds because I guess it shouldn't say full because I guess there is reds, but he's using 3 yellows, 3 blue agile windups, the assault and battery, which is the beat chest, and then when this attacks, if you've beaten chest this turn, create an agility token. Just more down the line of the agility token and being able to go wide. Buck Wild, again in blue. It's if they're a card with 6 or more in your pitch zone, this gets go again. Still very strong, swinging for 6 go again. It's just going wide is what this deck is aiming to do. And Buck Wild presents that inside the class without them having to find generics like Runner. Strongest Survive is again in blue. We talked about it. Anything that's going to make make the opponent present a question, red or blue. This card can still be really good in either color. Blood Rush pumps this, so even in blue, you're swinging for numbers they have to block or give cards up to. Vigorous Smash Up is this one is one of the new brute attacks that on Clash, when it defends Clash, you create a Vigor token, which I think really is important because a lot of the newer attacks are 3 instead of 2. Something the brutes are having to kind of get used to. So they're running more blues, I think, in general, but just more impactful blues as well. Run Roughshod is something I see a lot of. It's a generic 6 in this deck. Blue 6, so always good. And then Smashing Ground is a new card. If this has 6 or more attack, it gets when this hits, destroy a card in their arsenal. So again, just really a lot of arsenal hate and then hand disruption. And then if you get down into the inventory, he went Castbones over Song of Sinu, and we did talk about this. I asked why he didn't prefer Sinu, and Sinu is more of an aggro-centric game plan, whereas cast bones you're using for more of a setup game plan, like Guardians, and just to present damage where you know there's going to be block turns. And Song of Sinu does not allow you to set up for that, whereas Cast Bones does and presents more value. Um, I, I'm not a brute player, but that makes a lot of sense to me. So, Disturb the Peace. I like this tech. This can't be defended by Guardian auras. So a lot of Pleiades cards are just out of the. You can't even defend it. Bravo too. But when this hits a Guardian, destroy an aura they control. So that's really good, especially into a lot of the Pleiades right now, or any of the Guardians that are using the auras like Vigors and stuff like that. So he said Disturb the Peace came up multiple times, which does make sense because our locals is flooded with Guardians. I'm definitely not the only Guardian in my local. It is a favored class over here in the Valley for sure. So then we had Humble, which I agree with. I think Humble is a super underrated card. Humble allows you to turn off the hero text of your opponent, and I think every hero right now is just super dependent on their hero text. Every meta hero needs their hero text. From what I can think of, like Florian, Gravy, Verdant, all of them want their hero text to be able to do what they do. And Humble again presents that question of do I give up my hero text this turn, or do I block and present less damage than I was going to? And then Reckless Stampede. Again, he said he liked this card over the defense reaction, and I agree. This is the more the game plan. With the defense reaction, you kind of have to you have to hope you never hit two of them. I guess you could lay down two, but then you're kind of boned if you don't have anything else. Regardless, I think Reckless Stampede works way better for brutes because you're trying to win through attacking, and this at the very least, you're trying to win through attacking, and this on attack, they now are presented with the question of on clash does he have it, which more often than not he's going to have it, or do I die by damage? So it's again presenting another question, and I think this is a more aggressive approach than the Dirac for the two that did net Nix for two. And then Gambler's Gloves. He likes Gambler's Gloves just for any matchups he really thinks his Scav skins are going to be important in. And then Norun Gloves and Skullhorn for a total of Arcane Barrier 3. Just because me and my little group think that Arcane Barrier 3 is really, really important into a lot of the wizards that are playing in today's meta. But yeah, so again, this is the list. I think it's super strong. I'll have it down in the deck list, I'll have it down in the not the comments, down below, down below. But yeah, 10-0 at Clovis Cards and Comics, Enders, and then again at Clovis Cards and Comics. Loved every match. I was there with him. I loved every armory we've been to. It's been super fun lately. The game has just seemed to have a more uplifting spirit after Super Slam. Everyone has came back to it that wasn't playing around here, and then you have we had a 20 plus man armory randomly out of nowhere with just a bunch of new players the other day. So it's just been really good. A lot of fun, and it's nice to see the game doing what it is and growing the way that it is. So yeah, Ryan out, and yeah, if you're into Kayo or Brutes, hit us up. My brother has been playing Brute for a long time, and he is by far one of the best Brutes I know.